Why is it that you're smashing chest every single week but yet you're seeing no gains? Yet you're going into the same dressing room, noticing the lads around you that you see every week, and they seem to be getting bigger chests, bigger arms, stronger on the bench, taking your plates, and you don't know how they're doing it. There's a lot of BS out there, and if you fall into the trap of following bad advice and get this wrong, you could end up looking like Mr. Tickle for the rest of your days. Get this right, however, and well, good things can happen. I'm Mark Hayes, I'm an ex-engineer and I'm one of the strongest online coaches that you know of. I've also been running my successful online coaching business since 2023, where I've been helping people just like you get in the shape of their lives, one session at a time. My aim for these videos is simple, to give you the best up-to-date information available out there so you don't fall for the fake propaganda that's spread out on social media by fitness wankers that are feeding off your confusion in order to make a profit. And look, I'm not your coach, I'm not your dad, but what I do is walk you through exactly what's involved with improving your physique, so you can go from looking like this to this in hopefully half the time it took me, so you learn from my experiences. Let's begin. In my first few years of lifting, I did what most young lads tried when they wanted to build a chest so big that they wanted to rest a pint glass on it. Go in every Monday, International Chest Day, smash incline bench, smash flat bench, smash decline, flab out with a couple of bicep curls, even though they have nothing to do with growing your pecs, and wait until the following Monday to do the very same thing, which in hindsight didn't lead to a lot of growth. But if I knew back then what I knew now, I would have looked a lot less like Mr. Tickle and a lot more like the male version of Sydney Sweeney. Firstly, we need to know the makeup of the chest because there's plenty of muscles in it. But in this case, let's stick to the main ones, the ones that we really want to grow. Pectoralis major, the large fan-shaped muscle on the front of the chest, responsible for like your pushing movements of the arms, bringing the arms towards the body and rotating the shoulder inward. Pectoralis minor, a smaller muscle that's hidden underneath that pec major one. It helps stabilize and move the shoulder blade, especially pulling it forward and downward. And then you have your serratus anterior, that's located along the side of the chest, wrapping around that rib cage of yours. It helps move and stabilize the shoulder blade. It's essential for overhead arm movements like barbell shoulder press, etc. So if you want to grow a pair of milkers, you're going to have a program that stimulates all these muscles and not just smash bench once per week, as I have been guilty of that. But not only do we want to hit these muscles like I've just mentioned, but we also want to challenge them in both a shortened and lengthened position, which is muscles' main objective because they stretch and compress to make us move. So now let's jump into what I would consider the 3 best movements that do just that. And as a result, we'll need you wearing a sports bra when you leave the house. Sound good? The criteria I'm using to rate these movements is as follows. So they must have a deep stretch for max gains. They must feel good on the pecs. I don't want you lifting that causes pain or is uncomfortable to do. And you should walk away with a great pump from these as well. And finally, you must be able to progress them easily over a long period of time, be it through more reps, more weight, etc. Number 1, incline bench. This is honestly one of the best exercises to grow your chest as a whole, but we do see some more pec major growth here in comparison to a flat bench, for example. On an incline, you'll hit the upper pecs harder while still hitting your mid and lower pec as much as you would on a flat. And because it's free weights, you'll be activating your stabilizing muscles more than you would on, say, a chest press machine or a Smith machine. Number 2, dips. You can get a massive stretch on your pecs on these, once your shoulders are able for it, that is. And you can easily progress these by doing more reps or adding more weight by using a dip belt and hanging plates or a kettlebell out of your lap. Or if you find bodyweight too difficult, you can easily add assistance by using resistance bands or a dip assisted machine. Sounds scientific, but during dips you can align your pec fibers with the path of the arm as it moves down and across the body. In layman's terms, do these right and do these hard. That's what she said. And you can get an immersive pump from them. Fantastic exercise. And number 3, we have cable flies. Personally, I like to do these off a cable machine at an incline just for that upper pec growth. So if you want to be growing that chest that Sydney Sweeney herself would be proud of, it's best to follow this advice. For any muscle group you're looking to grow, you should be aiming toward 12 to 20 working sets per week. So if you're training 4 times per week, you're looking to hit your chest minimum 3 sets per session. Or if you have, say, 2 upper and 2 lower sessions per week, I'd be making sure to hit minimum 6 working sets per session of those upper sessions per week. But do remember, these need to be hard working sets. Ones where you're taking yourself to almost failure, if not complete failure in some cases. Because what I see from those who struggle to put on muscle in the gym is that they're a little bit soft in how hard they push themselves in the gym. And you're probably asking me, Mark, what if I hit all 20 sets in 1 session a week? You can try that, of course, but I bet you a fiver that by 15 sets in, you are not producing as much force as you would have on, say, your first or second set of that session. And by set 16 upward, your chest is begging with you to stop. Chances are you're not going to be able to keep that up. So it's probably best to split up that volume evenly throughout the week. So what would that actually look like? Well, here's a breakdown of that 4-day split that I mentioned above, with 2 upper and 2 lower sessions. Monday, it hit incline bench of 4 sets of a range of say 8 to 12 reps, dips 3 sets of 10, push-ups 3 sets of AMRAP, or as many reps as possible. There's 10 working sets. Thursday then you have your flat dumbbell press, 3 sets of 10, 8 and 6 where you look to increase the weight as the reps reduce. Incline flies, 4 sets, 8 to 10 reps, giving yourself a range there. And chest press machine, 2 sets of 12, a little bit more volume, and 9 working sets overall. That is 19 working sets per week. Obviously you'd be training other body parts in those sessions too, but for now let's just stick to the chest. And if it was a case that growing your chest right now is your main priority, I would make sure to program your chest exercises at the start of those sessions too, where you're going into those sessions with more jizz, you're fired up, you have your pre-workout taken, you have a little bit more energy, and you're probably more focused to hit those sessions a little bit harder, especially at the start. And next thing you're probably thinking about is those rep ranges, like what I mentioned above. And honestly, these matter a lot less than you think. You see, once you're not training like a little softy and you're pushing yourself to almost failure, and in some cases complete failure as we mentioned, then you're giving your others no choice but to grow and get stronger for the next time you attempt that. So by progressively overloading with more reps, more weight, improved technique, less rest times, etc. on your pecs, you will grow muscle. But I personally like to prescribe rep ranges to my clients because it gives them an idea as to what weight to aim for in those sessions and what weights they can look to improve on in future ones, rather than just giving them 3x10 and everything and then letting them just go through the motions. So to wrap up in this video, the main points to remember are as follows: 12 to 20 working sets per week on that muscle group that you're looking to grow. In this case, the chest. Spread that volume throughout the week in 2 or 3 sessions rather than all in once. Select exercises which train the chest through that full range of motion like I recommended in this video, and stick to those sessions for at least 5-week chunks. And if you get to the end of the 5 weeks and you still find yourself progressing by more weights, more reps, better technique, less rest times, then I'd suggest keep going. And if you're enjoying it, even better. And by the end of those 5 weeks, make sure to check in with yourself. Ask yourself, are you lifting more weight? Are you noticing increases in body measurements? Are you improving in your overall physique? Or better yet, find someone to check in with, like a gym buddy, find yourself a coach, like myself, and I guarantee you that you'll notice improvement straight away. So if you enjoyed that video and want more like this, make sure to like the video, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.